Hey guys, welcome back. Another episode today from the Ultimate EDC. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new to me Hinderer XM24, but this one's a little bit special. But before we get to that, let's look at the blades of the day. Today's folder, the Medford 187. This is the DPT tumbled S90V bronze tie PVD hardware and clip. Let me give you guys a close-up of this. As I've said before, one of my all-time favorite blades. Fits my hand perfect, and I think it looks awesome. Action, smooth as glass. Let me give you a close-up of this blade here. Another example of excellent grinds from Medford. So well done. Whatever you think of Greg, they build a quality blade, no doubt about it. Good sized blade. And believe it or not, it carries pretty well. For being a big knife, carries nice. Fairly slim profile. Really not that wide in the pocket. Medford 187 DPT. One of my favorites. Okay? And now for today's fixed blade. This is a fixed blade made by Bogdan. And this is the Wado Hunter. Just want to give you guys a glimpse of the sheath. Very flat. And I'll take this out. All right. This is the Wado Hunter model. And the thing that was interesting about this is made with wolf frame special carbon, which I'm not that familiar with. But some quick stats on the blade. Overall length, 8.75 inches. The blade is about 4 inches and about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's got a 90 spine on it too. Brown and green micarta, and I always get my Ranger bands on there. And it came with this little bead, which matches the scales. Pretty cool. As I said, I don't have much experience with this steel at all. It's a tungsten alloy carbon tool steel that was used mainly for kitchen knives, woodworking knives, and they used to use it for razors too, I guess. I've read that it's difficult to work with and it chews through belts like crazy. But once it's sharpened, I guess it holds an edge for a really long time and gets really sharp. This is pretty sharp. But I just thought it was a very interesting looking blade, and I've never heard of that steel before, so it was interesting. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. The blades of the day, Medford 187 DPT, and the Bogdan S. Wado Hunter. All right, let me put these away. And we're going to get to a very unique Hinderer XM24. So back to the blade we're discussing. I bought this off my buddy Chuck Nunface. Check out his YouTube channel. We have very similar tastes in blades. I bought quite a few blades from him. The first time I saw this on his channel, I was like, oh man, let me know if you ever want to sell that knife. And he basically said, never. And I get that, you know. But every time he would show it, I'd ask him, and I'd be like, hey man, when are you going to sell that blade? Kind of joking, but also seeing if he would ever let it go, which I understand. I have blades in my collection that I don't think I would ever sell, but never say never, I guess, you know. So finally we talked, and he gave it up to me, and I grabbed it from him. Gave me a good deal. But this is just a very unique looking blade. You guys know I'm a massive fan of the Hinderer XM24, and the Bowie blade shape is my favorite. But we'll get to the details of this blade now. So the first thing that grabbed my attention on this blade, and I'm sure it did for you guys too, is the scales. I'm going to do a little bit of a zoom here. All right, so you can kind of get a close-up of this blade. There we go. These are Mexican serape pattern scales, and they were made by Doug, aka the Shutter Doug, that he acquired this material from GL Hansen and Sons. Shutter Doug has an Instagram account, really cool stuff. He's mostly known for doing aftermarket scales for Emerson knives, but he decided to take a swing at this XM24, and he nailed it. The colors pop awesome. I think the pattern looks sick. It gives this knife really, really great personality. You notice it right away, as I did. It was the first thing when Chuck had it on his channel that just jumped out at me. This blade originally started its life as a regular XM24 with jade G10 scales and the stonewashed blue titanium lock side and CPM 20 CV. Just a straight up kind of a classic Hinderer. Then Chuck, after the scales were done, he sent it over to our boy Dave at Barefoot Bruisers to regrind that blade into with a nice hollow grind. And man, let me give you guys a close-up on this. Dave absolutely crushed it. Look at that. Definitely cleaner looking. It's definitely more slicey. I think it looks awesome. Dave, excellent job, man. It's got that perfect balance of where it still looks great, but cuts way better now. Really, really great grinds. And the Bowie blade for me just looks the best. So now action-wise, when I got this from Chuck, he had it on Teflon washers and I wanted to put it on bearings. So I swapped them out for the Hinderer bearings to see how it'd feel. And here's the weird part. I've got other XM24s and on bearings, they're always smooth as glass, totally drop shit. But this one's smooth, but feels a little different. It's not bad. It's just different. It doesn't drop shut yet. Maybe it's tolerances. Maybe the regrind changed the balance a bit. Who knows? If you've got a theory, drop it in the comments because I'm curious about this one. I don't know why it won't drop shut. And I took it apart. I put a little bit of oil on the bearings. You know, I didn't tighten the pivot down a ton but I wanted to keep the blade straight. I mean, it's smooth. It's very smooth, but doesn't drop shut completely. Maybe it will in time. I don't know. This knife is really cool because, one, it looks awesome with those scales and the blade overall. But the people in the community had a hand in making this blade, and it's very unique. It's cool. And it's a cool looking Hinderer to say the least. I'm hoping that in the future, there'll be more blades of this style done where, you know, we have somebody in the community that buys a knife and they have people in the community do some aftermarket modifications to it to kind of make it custom like this one clearly is. What a cool looking blade. Tell me what you guys think. Are you a fan of that Mexican serape look? That blanket look? I think it looks really cool. It pops, just pops really well. I hope the camera's doing it justice. I did a short of it. Should show the colors a little bit better. But I just thought it looked really cool. That's it for the XM24 today. Like I said, I think this is an awesome, awesome blade. A project that was done so well. Chuck, thanks for selling me this blade. Doug, excellent job on the scales. And Dave, Barefoot Bruisers, excellent job with the regrind, Dave. Looks sick. All right, so with that being said, today's movie review is going to be on 310 to Yuma. This was released in 2007. Stars Christian Bale, Russell Crowe, and Ben Foster in a gritty, modern Western type film. It looks raw, tense with that classic desert heat and dust kind of scenario. The story is about a broke rancher, played by Bale, who's escorting a dangerous outlaw to a 310 train to Yuma. This is filled with tension. It's not just your average shootout flick. For me, Ben Foster steals the show. He's cold and crazy in this movie. His performance for me brought this movie together as a whole. If you like Westerns, definitely check this one out. I'm a huge fan of Westerns, so this comes highly recommended. So let me give you one more shot of the blades today, guys. We got all out here. Let me see if I got room on the camera. All right, let's make sure they're all in focus here. So again, we have Hinderer XM24, Medford 187 DPT, and the Bogdan S Wado Hunter. Excellent group of blades. Guys, let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, drop me a like. Guys, thanks. I'll talk to you soon.